Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. It's been a long time since I did one of these. But to start off with the whole Gears eSports news and stuff, before any of that, I know there's some people in the comments section wanting me to make those videos on how to make coins and stuff. I'm just gonna wait until the start of next season. Try to do like one or two videos a week about that, because yeah, there's a lot of ways you can make coins in that game, or money kind of to get those paid characters or whatnot. So there's definitely multiple ways. I'll make a video on that later on, but first things first, we had our 2000 and $500 Astro Battles 1v1 League Winter Playoffs. I watched a bit of that. Mainly the finals. It was Vino against Avexis, and it went down to the wire, literally the last round. And it just showed that the experience came out on top with Avexis winning. But before any of that, just proud of my boy Bodies. Out of all the players I asked from the original roster, I told everyone you should just play this. It's an opportunity, work on your 1v1s, and it's free money at the end of the day. It's free prizes, and you have the opportunity to even win like Astro Battle stuff. I'm assuming that's how I got it. Winning like a headset or something, just playing in this for fun. Played this with one of my friends in the 2v2 Astro Battles, and we won some money. We played against our other friends in the finals, so it's pretty crazy how that works out. But it's free money at the end of the day. All you have to do is sign up, play, and it's just like you playing in ranked matches or whatnot, but instead it's just a 1v1. It doesn't hurt. And with Bodies, guy used to be on our team. Then he got dropped, whatever. He won himself $300 just signing up and playing. So, first things first, let's check out the bracket. So Gary, he was first seed. He had to play against Vino, known as the Wager Kid. He too owed Gary, former professional. Right now he's in the challenger scene, but very good player. Some of the shit I see him do in scrims is pretty crazy. Then you have Detox, former still professional on Rise, playing against a former professional OG player in Birdie. He's known, apparently he was known for his 1v1s on Mercy, but he gets too old by Detox. And then Bodies beating the professional gamer himself in Sleeper, one of the best, LATAM pro players in the scene. So happy for him for that one. And Avexis, professional player on Rise, beat Dyslexic. That's a pro player on United. Dyslexic has very good mechanical skills, so I guess the experience and of Avexis playing in these Astro Battles, the online ones, made him get on top for that one. And then Avexis and Bodies, and went down to 2-1 map count. Probably just same thing, the experience made him win that. And then Vino, 2-1ing Detox. That's a pretty good win for him under his belt. Just showing their names here gives them the opportunity of maybe potentially getting on some teams. Bodies was on a team but then got dropped, but maybe he'll have another opportunity again. And same with Vino, he was on a team with Kenny but then got dropped. But maybe we'll see these type of players back into the scene again in the competitive side. And then it came literally down to the wire last round. Just showed the experience and I guess composure, and Avexis winning that. So there's that. Moving on. What do we have here? Armor JP. A month ago I tweeted this thread. Okay, I think I just left that there. Yeah, move on from that. Pro League. Yeah, we move on from that. Speedy. He's a team of two with God plays going forward. Need two. Let's see here. You got God Witchy, Buddy. Laugh my ass off, yo. I just started crying reading that out loud. I don't know why, but that shit just brought up so many memories. Y'all need to be saying anything on the mic. Buddy Sali. Buddy Sali was an underrated team. If you guys don't know what Buddy was, they were a team back in the day of Gears 4. They're a former professional team. And I think it was like Sneak was on that team, God plays, Speedy, some other players, but they're all former professionals, but not in an organization. And, you know, is what it is. What else do I have here? Only 4 remain. So this was group play. So we 3-0'd in our groups. We had Avengers in there, RDMK and Valhalla. 0-3, 1-2, 2-1. And then Casta Papel, Abuelos, Living Esports Cyclone. Cyclone got completely eliminated. Living Esports was 1-2. So it came down to Casa de Papel and Abuelos, ourselves, which we'll get into. We're not under Wichita Wolves anymore. And then Avengers. We played against Abuelos. We beat them literally down to the wire with the last round in checkout. They folded. To be honest, they gave us the win. And then Casa de Papel, they beat Avengers. So it came down to us, which we're not Wichita Wolves anymore, Casa de Papel and Abuelos, as the 3 Pro League teams that entered in the scene. And if you're wondering why usually it's only 2, because that old Hive roster, they completely disbanded to open another spot in the Pro League for this opportunity to happen. So moving on. As you can see here, how it went down, 3-0, 3-2, 3-0. So there was the bracket there. Let's see here. Yeah, we already got that tweet. They done it. Casta Papel has secured their spot in the Pro League, 3-0ing Avengers. Here are your 10 Gears Pro League teams. So on PK, you still have Monkeys, Raver, Dyslexic, and Desinide. United, Still Powers, I say Dyslexic on the Knights. It's Raver, Dezo, Monkeys, and Fiercely. Sorry about that. United is Powers, Dyslexic, TJ, and Demise. Rebel is, well, it was, Demon, Idenos, Crack, and who the hell was the other one? Demon, Idenos, Exploits, but Demon, which we'll get into later on, he got banned, and now they picked up Cardia. United on their bench, they have Praised in the substitute role, so you might see him in the Pro League or something. Rebel has Reflame in the substitute role. Knights, I don't think they have anyone. Rise, they have, I think Cells in the substitute role, or someone, I don't know who. But their roster consists of Inzum, Vixies, Detox, and Rushies. Pioneers still the same roster and key for Brawny, Zysho, Asos, and Handles. Team Queso, they made a team change. I don't know if Chavi left or he got dropped, but it's still Sleeper Crystallize and problems with now Jalid from Fury 1. Fury 1 still the same team, but one Then the one player they picked up was Toxic from the old F&I roster. That team kind of disbanded as well. They have Burrs as their substitute, and then they have Toxic, Aim Boot Last, and Ventry. Castapel, same team. Smokes, Soulfuls, some other people. I feel like they're gonna do decent in the pro league. Buelos, all former professional players. You got Chaos, Adverse, Chavi, and then Solar from the old F&I roster. Wichita Wolves, which we switched orgs. We're under Hive now. We have Hefe as the sub, and then we have Rocky, Pushy, Zoom still this core 3 with Red 9 in the mix. So there's that. Xset, PR, I want to cast you, reply with a clip around 30 seconds. So this was the clip. Let's see what it's like when he's casting it.
Jumping on board, the reigning, defending, multi-time champion Cells as he's going up against Rise here in a huge battle. It might even be during our last major, who knows? But he's going to lose Aisho. That makes his job that much tougher. Being pressured, gets that first down onto a Vexies, but the revive is in. That's not going to scare him. That's not going to intimidate him. He's not backing down. He gets one onto a Vexies, back-to-back on the Rushies, completes the 3-piece as he takes out Detox as well. This man cannot be stopped. Dude, I'll go crazy.
Alright, let's see here.
Burst with a quick no scope to drop the shields. Switching on over to the MP40 to finish it off. Reloading that shot, quickly putting it back to use. Down coming through. One more elimination in the books. He's looking for it. No scope again. Can Aversa be stopped? I don't think he can, as he continues to be on a roll, on a run. Do everything right here to survive and put his team in a position to get first place in this game. They already have 8 eliminations. He's going for more. He dodges. He turns to get one more. And he's on 9 total so far, as Aversa shows what a playmaker is all about. In a
Pretty crazy to see. Multiple different games. So he just replied to Verse, and wasn't much left after that, right? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna keep that. Let's see if he'll commentate my clip if I put something in there. ABZ with the volume high on the old Gears of War theme song. I do truly miss that a lot. Colin Crow Clark. This is a funny little clip.
There it is.
This is what I imagine these guys react like if someone humps y'all with the money on the line. That's hilarious. Gears of War. History is written on these walls. Here's a look into the creation of one of your favorite places on Sarah. Concept V in the game. Concept era, like concept art of number 5. Sarah, pretty cool stuff. Reminds me of this, obviously Gears 1 stuff right here. What we got? Toady, Flashman Chow will always put a smile on your face. Pretty hilarious. No way you want to play me this bad. Toady's a big troll. Pretty cool animation here. Hopefully we'll see something more cool out of this guy. He did this in Blender art and stuff, so I thought that was pretty cool to show. Deandre, he tweeted FA, but I think he tweeted like he's a team with some players, so let's see this. Tweets and replies. Alright, this man be tweeting and replying and everything, but he had a tweet where it was like him, Slotums, and Aplex or something like that. Multi-city, Dementives and Bodies are looking for one. They picked up Arthur or something like that. So pretty decent team. Alright, Denims, how this is fair, Gears Esports. We compete always versus those pings, and it's just not right that even in our host, we dealing with higher ping. Gears will never be equal if there's not a neutral host, and even we will be in a disadvantage. It's true, 100%. Like you could tell, like I've noticed in those pings, and it's just horrible to be honest. But at the end of the day, it was like this Mexico versus USA showdown match that PK was hosting, and they still won. Um, it's just how it is right now because of the whole, thing going on. So it is what it is. But hopefully, you know, when the new game comes out with Gear 6 and a better program and all that kind of stuff, that you won't have to deal with the whole online BS because everything will be on LAN. So there's that. Gears Esports, the Women's History Month, announced a $5,000 prize pool, but I think it might be the last time there's a tournament because later on, which I'll show you, they doubled the prize pool. So March 26th, be interesting to see. Moving on, Toady, is there really any value in the thing we call living? He's in a down rail spiral. This is from 2 years ago with the Mize, Crazy Train, MLG Great Post Mexico 2020. If I knew this was the final LAN event of the era, I would have asked everyone to join us for a coach's photo. Hope you are doing well. So, Diash, Jackal, Ryan Fools, Rubik's, Affinity, and Burger. Jackal, I was face down in tacos because I would have loved the group. Really wish I could have gone to Mexico. Definitely would have hopped in this crazy train. So there's all that. Pretty cool coach's picture. Drix showing the goats off that's still competing under Rise. Then you got exclusive with some clip. Man, just straight line the shit out of him. He's on swords. Exceedings, FA appreciated. FA retweets appreciated. I'll do whatever it fucking takes. So he's an FA. Play Beyond, Astro Battles 1v1, which we already talked about. The final week of play, okay. Exclusivity, I'm having too much fun on Gears, let's see. Damn, Raze, you getting shit on like that? Oh, Chan handles too? Oh, God. Man, Xsense. You falling off, brother. If you're watching this, you falling off, brother. Getting shit on like that. Don't cap. I know motherfuckers miss Gears of War and LAN. Blaze with the sad face. Fatal Shock. I always miss Gears 1 and UE LANs. Missed the shit in general. Damn near felt like I took it for granted and never hit full potential due to a person and mental health reasons. Feeling on that. Play Beyond. This is how their seeding went. Was 4-0. Bodies 9-4. MX 8-1. Birdie 23-14. Detox 13-3. Dyslexic 13-2. Sleeper 17-2. And Gary 19-2. And obviously, you know how that went down. Vexi's not even #1 seed won it. Women's History Month. I got a tweet from Andrew. Yes, to play Gears 5 competitively. Shows the whole claw thing. That was pretty cool drawing. Rise scrims with Coach Ugly God. So They're playing scrims with him, which is wild. ABZ, it's mind-boggling to me how Microsoft and 343 didn't delay Halo Infinite's launch, knowing full well what a rush launch did to Gears 5. I fear for the future of Gears and Halo. I thought lessons were learned. I agree with that. Does feel like Gear 6 will be given more time. We will see. Shit, Halo Infinite got 6, and apparently that wasn't enough. Fair, but it was in development hell for the majority of that time. I hope Coalition is in a better place. The engine alone should ease things for them. Look, I love Halo, but exactly like what happened in Gears 5. Feels harsh on Halo to say it because Infinite's gameplay is solid, but I guess it's the only real comparison we can make. Yes, the gameplay is amazing, but lack of mods. So it just shows that the whole modding system or whatever, the biggest thing about Halo being so successful was Forge mode, and it being not out yet is definitely hurting the game. Moving on. Coalition Soldier and Gears UAR, Arctic Armor. I thought this was pretty cool to show. Some pretty cool stuff. I think it was really, really cool. Let's see here. What we got here? Chase with a clip. Let's see what this. See what you hit in Chase. Chunk Range is his name. Oh. Oh. It was a solid clip, you know. Like if you're missing some of those snipes, you know, it lowers the quality of the clip. But he definitely was shitting on people. Looks like Tempers and Logie, I thought they were playing together, but I guess not. There was some like weird tourney that they were playing. Hopefully they won. And here they congratulated Avexes, Rounder of Vino. Pretty cool graphics there. Then you had Bodies Detox tied for third. Third/fourth. Big Bodies, man, close to the final. Lost 8-10, map 3. So it was close for him too. There's that. Phoenix Rising, something that's happening. I think it's for 200,000 pesos this tournament. All the teams that gone through have, you know, made it through as expected. We play Team Queso on Monday, so you'll see what happens there. Definitely gonna go over a lot of things with the maps and stuff to help the guys win. But they're a good team, so we'll see what happens. You got United and Rise. That'll be a sweaty matchup. PK versus Defiance. Defiance is a roster that has Kenny, Lava, Toady, and Cells. Really good roster. Definitely can't sleep on that team. They've been playing very, very well lately. They beat one team in E-Days and almost beat another in the semifinals, if I'm correct. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't fully watch it, but they're playing very, very well. And then you got Rebel versus Rebel Ladies. No offense, the Rebel Ladies are gonna take that L. It's a pro league team, even though the Rebel Ladies are probably like the best team in the women's league. It's just two different leagues in my opinion. Like there's tiers to it, so there's that. But hey, you never know. Maybe Rebel starts fucking around and they lose. Who knows? But I don't think they're gonna take them lightly. So definitely would have Rebel here. This is a toss-up depending on what Rise you get, and what United team you get. PK and Defiance. I think PK should win that, and then obviously I'm gonna vote for us to win. But obviously Case is a great team, so who knows? There's that. Nick Merckx knocking down the door after door by door. So I don't know what this picture kind of relates to, but he did compete in Gears. He played like GB tourneys. I don't think he really competed. Fortnite, he played, tournaments, and now he's starting to play in Apex. So just moving game to game, upgrading his brand and his fan base. So pretty cool, is what it is. Nick Merckx, ALG Vibes, but I see an Absolute Day tournament. So that's what that was. Gears Award tweeted this. Cole's got you covered. Teamwork makes the dream work. They've been tweeting a lot of stuff with like Gears 3 related or other Gears titles. So it's fair to say that they're just hinting a Gears Award collection at this point. As you guys may know, the Mize left PK for as of right now. Seems like there's a full video. So there's a thank you video. Let's just watch it and see what happens here. So.
Nosotros, a pesar de ser teammates, somos una familia, somos latinos, nos queremos el uno al otro, tenemos química, que es lo más importante, la química. Un equipo sin química no funciona.
Going down, trying to make a play. Monkey's on the flank. The trades continue. The trades continue. He doesn't let it go through. It's all up to X1. X1 goes down. Knights do it. Knights do it. They complete the comeback.
Hey, ¿qué onda, Maíz? ¿Cómo estás? Pues nada, bro, solo te hago este video para desearte mucho éxito en todo lo que te propongas hacer. Ya sabes que aquí te vamos a extrañar mucho. No es un adiós porque tú y yo sabemos que pues, nos vamos a ver en un futuro, tal vez en un Year 6 o cuando quieras volver. Sabes que aquí vamos a estar para ti como tú estuviste para mí. En lo personal he estado contigo muchísimo tiempo, además, y sabes que te aprecio mucho. Te quiero mucho como persona, como coach, como amigo. Y pues nada, bro. Espero que te vaya muy bien en todo lo que te propongas. Ya sabes que cuentes conmigo para todo. Y te quiero, bro. Sabes que te quiero y te mando un abrazo.
Hola, este video es más que nada para dedicar las palabras a Demais, que como ustedes ya sabrán, él se va de nuestro lado como coach. Más que nada quería decirte que gracias por todos estos años de coach y de amistad. Sabes que te quiero y eso no es un adiós, es un hasta pronto.
They get a couple of eliminations. Vexies is down though. Sniper lands a death zone. He connects with a body shot. Everybody's forced to disperse here for a moment. A misroll out of Detox. It cost him his life. Rushies goes down. The Pittsburgh Knights have done it. They stop the reverse sweep. They take it in 6 and take game number 5 along with the series 3-2.
Pues Demais, este es un video muy corto solamente para agradecerte, papi, por todo lo que hiciste por nosotros durante este tiempo y desearte el mejor de los éxitos en lo que venga en tu vida. Sabes que te quiero mucho, te mando un abrazo y sabes que fuiste de las personas más importantes durante pues, toda esta etapa, todo este proceso, papi. Espero todavía lo mejor, papi. Cuídate mucho, te quiero.
Muchas gracias, Demais, por haber formado parte de esta gran familia y habernos enseñado tanto. Agradezco mucho tus enseñanzas, siempre vas a ser un ejemplo a seguir para mí y sea lo que sea que hagas a partir de ahora, te deseo el mejor de los éxitos.
Hey Carlo, just want to say thank you on behalf of the Knights for your 2 years of being our coach of the Gears of War team. It's been a pleasure to work with you, and I wish you and your family nothing but the best going forward. And just know that if you ever need anything, we're here for you. Once a night, always a night. Peace.
Very nice touching video, thank you video right there. So there's that. Obviously I don't know what all the players were saying. Here's a little clip from Dezo shitting on my teammates. So there's that. Definitely a 1v3'd. Brainiac with his video. Let's take a look. At this point, land feels like a distant memory. Pretty fun little video there. Moving on. Demo, RR the Ruler, and Praise are looking for a talent graphics artist for a project we have in the works. Reach out to me or spread the word. So maybe some like podcast or show they're making for Gears. Who knows? Maybe it's a merchandise thing. I'm thankful I got to be around Node Zero, his complex and intricate mind. It was truly a blessing being in a room on multiple occasions with someone so much smarter than everyone else in the room. You don't get to be in the presence of many like that. They'll stick forever. That's fucking hilarious. Moving on. Coalition announcing the final season of the Gears program. So let's just read this. So after 2.5 years of near constant Gears 5 action, today the Coalition is announcing that this will be the final season of Gears eSports as we shift our focus to future projects. This marks the culmination of several years of Gears eSports competition across multiple titles, with thousands of players competing in hundreds of events across the world. While the global pandemic cut short our plans for live events, we're proud that through the support of our community and partners, we've been able to successfully continue the program throughout the last 2 years. As we announced last year, the Coalition is working hard on the future of Gears, but we don't be talking about that anytime soon. Make sure to stay connected with that Gears of War on Twitter for future announcements. In the meantime, we have lots going on this season with the spring and summer majors, female tournaments, and of course more watch and win rewards. We'll also be using the coming weeks to celebrate Gears eSports and look back on some of the great moments we had together over the years. Finally, we'd like to thank everyone in the community who has played, watched, cheered, worked, or supported Gears eSports. We had fun, and we hope you have too. So that's it. After this event and one other event, as you guys saw, what was it? Spring and summer event. It'll be officially over until probably the brand new Gear 6 game comes out. We'll probably have lots of grassroots stuff like what Halo was doing. So there's that. For all the people who don't know, this is my daughter, by the way. You're doing this to all over a video game. It's just really unacceptable. I hope he has to learn from his actions, which he eventually did get banned. It's disrespectful. We shouldn't have something like that in the scene. Rubik's, for 7 years I've loved Gears eSports. I watched every match and was the biggest fan during UE. During Gears 4, I competed at the London Open and played a few more locals in EU 2017. I took a trip alone to Vegas to spectate, which a EU team needed a coach, and I was happy to help. Pretty cool story, not gonna lie. To coach would elevate me to a place that would have me interacting with all the players and teams that I was a fan of. I went from being a random rank kid to being the coach of a top 2 team in 2 weeks. My perspective was instantly shifted. Traveling back and forth from Germany to NA to compete was insane. And to do it for the next to nothing money-wise was even more insane. I just loved the experience of being involved. I love my EU team. In the end, I wish it's coming home was more than a chant. Moving back to South Korea basically shattered my availability to coach online. The time difference was too much to manage both my Air Force career and my esports responsibilities. So I showed up when I could. That's when Gears 5 released. Who knew it was going to be like this, huh? San Diego being my last Gears 5 LAN outside of E-League makes me so sad that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to my teammates because COVID-19 canceled my flights to Mexico 2 days before the event. I had to be a spectator again, and everything moved online. Coaching exclusively online wasn't incredibly fulfilling, and the game itself wasn't at the best spot. The scene had dried up, and a lot of my teammates quit, so I took a break. Thought I was done. Then AM unreal offer came my way as what seemed to be a joke, but it was serious. The greatest Gears players of all time needed a new coach. How could I pass that up? Even when game was at its end of a life, I knew I couldn't pass up opportunity, and it delivered. They won a championship for me. It was such an experience to learn and watch these players. This news isn't a surprise to me. I've already known for a long time that unless the game receives a new title, that esports support was eventually going to go. That being said, hope we can rally and hope we can regroup and come even bigger in the future. Hashtag Gears fam. Thanks for all the memories. So pretty cool storyline from him. Gears UE Gears European team needed a coach, and he was just spectating. They just picked him up, and look what he became. He became a champion with one of the best teams in the game, and did his job. So pretty cool story to see. Yeah. Gold Glove, one of the top streamers, big icons and entertainment of the gaming side of things, says, unfortunate that Gears isn't what it once was. I wish this series could return to its former glory. I think the potential is still there, but how do you make it accessible to new players while still appeasing the longtime fans? There's no easy solution, to be honest, which is the biggest problem with this game. A lot of people want fast gameplay, and the old guys, they want just a proper working game that just makes sense. And it's pretty annoying to see. We were all new fans. At one point, making the game easier was not the answer. I disagree. I think making the game easier for new players is the only way you will build up new fans of the game. We started on a level playing field when it first released because it was new. No one was good at the game yet. Disagree. Making the game easier for new players pushes away experienced players. Many new players tend to play a little bit and move to a new game due to a huge selection of games now. So who's left? Cater to skill and let people improve if they have interest in Gears. So there's that. Interesting take. I think just in my personal opinion, the game just needs to be slowed down so people can register what the heck is happening on the screen. And it just needs to make sense. If it's a cover-based shooter game, then it should be, if I'm in cover, I'm not getting shot still. Alright, so there's just an example. Dripping Clouds. So when the circuit finishes up in July, should I go ahead and organize an online Gears Wii tournament or league? I said yes. It is what it is. There it is. The Gears 3 better though. Well, that's the thing. There's so many players that are all have different favorites. It'd be nice to hit each of the titles of the majority favorite, which UE, Gal 3 are the top two. So to speak from what I know so far, I like that plan, Jib, as long as nobody quits mid-tourney, which could be a big problem as well. I can see both of them happening. So there's that. Fatal Strike changes profile pic. Probably that was like the last time when they won at LAN. Matt here, guy from the UMG, was it studio manager. Since the spring quarter online major, I poured my heart and soul into this program. Got 20 more pro league days and 2 majors to put on the best show we can. Appreciate your hard work, Matt. Hope to see what we get to see with the great moments we had. Fatal Strike, the Gears eSports scene was a huge part of my life for a long time. I'm going to miss seeing you all at LAN events. Huge thank you to Captain Barbosa, Jack Fallon, and everyone else who kept the series alive competitively since the hype days. I'm grateful for all the memories. Let's see what else. Ashes, one of the most winningest coaches of all time with that dynasty. Breaks my heart, but I knew this was coming. Sucks seeing everything that was built through Gears Wii and 4 come crashing down. I will forever be thankful of my experience and memories. I hope Gears Esports can return to its former glory with Gears 6. Well said, champ. I don't understand why is it crashing down. Gears 4 had a great esports program and really good viewership. The franchise was revived from being dead to having major T1 org involvement, plus thousands upon thousands of viewers, over 100K at some point, I believe. I miss Jack Fallon. Yeah, Jack Fallon was a big part of that, for sure. Gears Esports gave us some amazing moments. This is one of my favorite singles with the former Gears Ghost Gaming Championship squad. What's your favorite moment?
Right now, making sure we're on the same page every single round. Don't get me, bro. Every round, bro. Stay positive. You can pull Dylan back in. If you get negative Dylan, we're all gonna tell you number 2. If we tell you number 2, please trust us, bro. As your teammates, bro. We all love each other. We all care about each other. But we can't rip each other apart, bro. We went from this to this. That can't happen again, bro. Please. It can't happen again.
What comes with being the best, bro?
Being the best means that we're gonna lose sometimes, bro. And we're gonna lose sometimes. We lost. I don't care about cameras, bro. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. None of it matters, bro. This matters. Me, you, and you. That's all that matters, bro. I don't give a fuck about anything else, bro. I don't care. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care what anyone thinks on the internet. None of them matter. They don't matter because they're not here. They're not good enough to be here. You're 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 good enough to be here. And you're good enough to be here. None of them are good enough to be here. You have the last line of defense. You 5. I need you to stay positive no matter what. Don't lose faith. We've made progress. Believe in the progress, okay? Please. Believe. I need you to believe in the progress. You got my hand? Come on. Do it for your family. Do it for your family. Do it. This is your family right now. Do it for them. I know. I never said you gave up. I never said you gave up. I never said you gave up. You didn't give up. I'm asking you going forward. Never give up. I'm asking you, all 5 of you, no matter what, don't lose faith. Don't let those little green wall idiots get in your head. We had them beat. They picked a map that we knew we were going to probably lose. We lost it. We stepped the fuck up on Foundation. We fucking cooked those idiots. They suck. And we had them overclaimed. We had the lead, and we lost composure, then we stopped believing in each other. That can't happen anymore, bro. Right now.
Some good words from Fatal Strike back in the Gears 4 days. Hex, it was a pleasure working with the entire team during our run. Thanks to all involved. I was always pulling for the scene to thrive. Thankful to everyone, every player that repped hashtag Optic Gears, and every pro that did their part, keeping that scene afloat. Made something special and will always cherish those memories. Kenny Bounce, Jack Fallon, lots of people replied on that tweet for sure. Fallout. End of an era. It all kicked off with a whiteboard in a conference room 7 years ago, alongside Jack Fallon in Vancouver. Unbelievable what Jack, Snake Combat, Binks Media, and then UMG and Ryan Fools were able to transform that original vision into. Can't wait for the next. And you can't leave out our boy, what's his name? Captain Barbosa before all that, so, and others. But yeah, pretty crazy. The Razor Edge made a tweet, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happens. So, interesting tweet. Kraz, never forget this clown. I turned down a free vacation to Vancouver because I knew this guy was off the shits when it came to gears. Shout out to Ryan Clevin for the last time. That's freaking hilarious. I see. We all know online just isn't gears. I'm thankful for the people I've met and places I was able to see all because of Gears of War. Unfortunately, we all saw this coming. Thankful I was able to support myself for the many years doing what I love. Part of that SYN roster. He was part of the Optic Dynasty. Then he was part with Fran on that team. And honestly, this team was winning events, so it's just unfortunate to see. So he's been on like one of the best teams ever. You know, this team was great in Gears 3, but this was when UE started. Obviously part of the best Gears 4 roster. And it looked like this was becoming, you know, the best Gears 5 roster on paper. You had the two, you know, OG, well, like IGL type players. You had a main Slayer, and then two, you know, Slayers again. Like Power's the next up and coming. Rushy does a great role in that slaying department. So very good players. Apply Pressure announced their team, ladies team. You got Shine, Eloquence, and Genie. So congratulations on them. Holy shit. So today's eSwap Pro controller play of the day was by Bronny with the 4-piece. Oh yeah, I remember watching this one.
Two picks up three. He's going for the ace, and Bronny will get the ace. Even making Blaze over here speechless. My lord.
Runs through up A's, kills everyone.
Okay, picked up three.
So look at here. He gets the revive, gets the chunk. It's whatever. But TJ, my man, throw the instant. Like, if you miss, whatever. But this is not the play. You try to tag him with the instant. Like, what the fuck? He has a Nasher in your face, boy. Oh, hell no.
Yes, we do. Break it down for me, play. Look, Jesus.
3 quick kills, 3 kills, 3 shots. Actually, 4 kills, 4 shots. Okay.
Like, that's just my thought process and all. I think almost anyone would have threw the instant. So day 1 a split 3. Bunch of 3-0s. KCP 3-0 United. PK 3-0 Casa de Papel. Rise 3-0 Rebel. Fury 1 3-0s Ive. Abuelos 3-2s Queso, but apparently there's something going on with Sleepers, so maybe that was a big reason there. Rebel, for everyone reaching out and tagging us, we're looking into the Demon situation, which, you know, he did get banned. Ryan Fools, hard to put into words that Gears eSports program has meant to me over the years. I feel so thankful to have been a part of all sides of the program, starting as a competitor, then over to broadcast talent, most recently operating the program itself. I had an incredible experience, traveled the world, and met lifelong friends through this, and shared love for the franchise. We all got hooked on many years ago. I feel like I've grown up alongside the game. Program, community, there's just no other one like ours. Massive thank you to Jack Fallon, Mr. Adam, Stinkbot, Bings, Karen, and Captain Barbosa, and all the teams involved in making these incredible experiences possible. was able to make a career from this, and I couldn't be more thankful for the things you all built. I wish I had a chance to host a live Gears event of my own and make you all proud. And that is true. He never got to host a actual LAN event. Cliffy B, I don't know what you're making that tweet of. Gotta take a new headshot for the memoir. Me, can we just use this picture so I look 30 forever? So he's definitely a lot older. Wish we could have him back into the scene, but seems like we'll never have that. Sad to see the end of an era. Definitely hate this guy. Definitely ruined Gears of War. Veli, it was fun while it lasted, from being a pro player in Gears 1 to being given an opportunity by Jack Fallon to be the desk host for the craziest season of esports I ever witnessed. T1 esports season ever. I'm happy that I made the most of my time here. With the trash can on top, yada yada. This really makes me sad. So much time, effort put into this program, and in its heyday, it was really successful. Hundreds of teams, amazing partners, MLG events in Mexico City, London, so many places, millions of dollars in crowdfunding and prize pools. Miss my Gears friends. Hopefully we could see her back. Just pay this woman all the money she deserves to run, the program. Obviously bring back, Ryan Fools and stuff to do the online stuff, and then have Mr. Adam and his team do the LAN stuff for Gear 6. That's just my opinion. If you want a successful program. So there's that. Then you got Rebel Inc. Tweeting about the whole demon being racist. Take a look.
On the Crow Clark, and I'm sure some of you might be wondering how I feel after yesterday's announcement. I'm feeling all right. I got a good few reasons to feel that way as well. We still got 2 more splits ahead of us. Every player, every moment, every team will be celebrated to the fullest and best of my ability. The hype I will bring will be unprecedented each and every time I see these boys roll out of spawn. Next, I know that we might not be getting another season of Gears Esports. I know that to a lot of you that's doom and gloom, but not to me. Gears never stop turning. Whether that was in Gears 3 after the defeat of the Locust, or now when we're still in the midst of a giant war against the Swarm, these bad boys don't stop turning. They won't today, they won't tomorrow, they won't ever. Because there's not a thing on this planet, living, breathing, or dead supernaturally, that can stop these gears from turning. And just like the good people of Sarah, we're going to retool and we're going to redeploy. It doesn't matter when that happens. It's not a question of if. It is how fierce we are when we come back, because there is no comeback like Gears. Let me tell you right now, even the devil himself would quake in his boots up against a good squad of Gears. So make sure each and every one of you is there. Gears fam strong every single time they roll out of spawn. It don't matter whether it's here, there, or anywhere. Let's celebrate these players. Let's celebrate these moments. Let's celebrate these teams and give them our very best for the last 2 splits. Because I know damn sure I will.
I think that was a great, touching video from him. Very impactful way of saying things. Vexies, after the next split, I'm going to play Apex Esports and going crazy on the content. So, knowing him as a smart businessman, he made content creation in Gears. I think with the amount of viewership and stuff he has, I think he grew to the most that he can, and he understood. And he's probably focusing up a lot on just the competitive side of things, because he still hasn't won yet. And for only 2 splits, if I were him, I'd solely focus on that a lot. The opportunity does have, a champion with him in Inzim. They dropped him and then he won. So they have some good pieces there. They might make a roster change in the future, who knows. But they definitely, this is a chance for them to win. only 2 more splits left, so is what it is. But it's good to see that he's going into other spaces. And there it is. Welcome back. Our brother Cardi has rejoins the Rebel family. There's the tweet. Team of 3 Aplex and Slotums. Last 2 majors left. Here's something. This was tweeted a long time ago before as well. So you can see here Gears 2024 and beyond. Right now we're in the year 2022. You know, we got Halo Infinite, As Dusk Falls coming. Then you got Grounded, Deathloop, Redfall, Starfield, Forza Motorsport, Contraband, Avowed, Ghostwire, Sega, State of Decay 3. You got Fable here. There was a lot of rumors of a whole like collection thing. I think Fable would make sense in that, since Gears is way back here. Then we got Elder Scrolls. Can't wait for that game. But hopefully it is true that we're getting like some collection thing, but probably not. Who knows? Crack made his tweet. I know it's not the best way to leave Gears, but unfortunately today it's demons. Sometimes anger put us in a situation where we don't think about it at the time, but let them know that what they say does not define who they are. Hashtag Demon Time forever. So again, Demon was kind of racist to the Rise players after they lost to Rise, so, and then put him in that situation, put his teammates in that situation where they just had to quickly pick someone up within a day to be replaced. Captain Barbosa, if you play Gears and own a decent PC, I'd like to try a stunt online in a massive game with OG Gears. Consider it my birthday, engagement, and wedding gift if we could get a crowd. Pretty cool thing that he's doing here. Would love to see that, to be honest. Dripping McCloud might be taken in indefinite hiatus, but it'll be back when Gear 6 rolls out, which I feel confident about as well. Grassroots leagues and tournaments will pop up, as well as wagers and ELO lobbies. Doesn't matter what you do, the hashtag Gears fan will stay strong and continue doing the work. So there's that. Interesting video here. Looks like we had World's Best against Era. World's Best looks like they had Crack, Crystallize, Mellow. Don't know who their coach was. Then you had Burger, Wildebeest, Zenon, Eternity, Firearm as well. Looks like maybe a Cardia. So, interesting team. Oh look, it's my boy Sickus. USA, Mexico, that's funny. Pretty crazy stuff right there. Rise Shady. Today is my last day at Astro Gaming. This was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. Winning a ticket to E3 in 2015 and meeting someone that would change my life forever. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity this company gave me. I'll forever be hashtag AstroFamily1. Some of the best memories was assisting players in the open bracket and the main stage. Jokingly calling myself hashtag MixAmpPappy. To having everyone know me, that name, became friends with so many people from doing this. You could always catch me with the PAs, admins, the refs, just hanging out and occasionally taking a picture or two. There they are, MVP award. He was able to announce that. Pretty cool thing. Hopefully, you know, this man, the decision he made is the right one. He's obviously under an organization with Rise. Moving on, we have Satrax. He was with us for a little bit. He left, joined these guys, which, you know, a good team. Hopefully they find a home for the last two splits. So there's that. Moving on, we had this EGO Open Series. Looks like it's $5,000 on the line, double elimination, which is crazy because that's less than the women's tournament. So moving on, we'll move that here. Let's see who's participating or signed up. Only 2 teams, which are like the 2 teams that kind of like win team deserve. I'm assuming like Dragons, yeah. So yeah, so far only 2 teams have signed up. Here's the double, the prize pool for the women's league or whatever. So that's good. Inzum is your player of the week for Split 3 Week 1. Well deserved. Pretty sure Rise has shit on their opponents. PK, we devoured Team Queso 3-0 in the Gears eSports. Split 3 Day 2. And Queso always gets memed about eating cheese because, you know, that's what it means. Rebel, we already know about that. And then the ruling, code of conduct of the demon thing. Rebel to eat demon from... Rebel will be banned from Gears 5 and competitive in Gears eSports. Rebel will be allowed to pick up a challenger player to compete their roster and maintain their Pro League spot for Split 3. Following the competition Pro League match between Rebel and Rise, the administration was informed of racist comment towards Rise players. So there's that. Definitely makes that team weaker. Definitely gives them a different style of play. The coach definitely has a lot of work to do. So that's just unfortunate. Let's go into this here. So Demon, we'll remove him. Put him in the ban list with other players that are in there. Cardia is definitely there. We have some new teams. We got Abusive Missive, Cinemas, and Logi as a roster. RDMK. They picked someone up from FNI. I can't remember who. I think it was maybe Rapids. I'm not 100% sure. Was it the new roster? Arthur, Bodies, Dementos. So there's that. Morty has joined this group with Deathwish and them. This was a roster, but I saw Triggers playing over here with these guys. So who knows what's going on. And I don't know what's going on with Osby as well. Here, so let's put a question mark there. We could cancel that. This was in the rumors in the making, you know, Tanks, Tactics, Days, and Zerb, but who knows what's going on. Maybe an A1s was in the books as well. Don't know. This was a team. I don't know if it is in the future. We had Tactics, Perf, Maury's, and Flash Moves. They played an attorney together. This team is no longer. They were, but obviously we know what's happened. we could remove this here. Could put Satrax as the coach. I don't know. I think that's about it. We know the entree is playing with Slotums. I don't know. I probably spelled that wrong. An A. Plex. So we can move that off the FA list. Logi. The entree. Maybe they'll probably play with like a Solo Bulls or something. Speedies, they might pick up Exceedings or some other players they played with in the past. Dementives is not a fit anymore. So that's about it. In week 1 for, let's go to smash.gg, and that should be the end of it. Gears split OLT. View the bracket. So as you guys can see here, Defiance, the roster consists of Kenny Bounce, Lava Cells, and Toady. They won the whole thing. They played this team in Javon Innovage Trig, and I'm assuming that's supposed to be Gimmo, but I don't know if that was just like a sub or something, but they made it all the way through. They beat RDMK. They beat Ambush, that was 2-1, which was Body's team, Art and Dementives and Multi-City. Went through this team, 2-0, nothing special there. See who they played in the second round, nothing special there, to be honest. And then they played against Trolls. Yeah, no one special there. On the Defiance side, they had to play a team called Tragedy, was Ottens or Flame, Cardia, and B-God. Obviously, Cardia is no longer on that roster, so they're definitely going to be looking for one. I don't know if it's like a Krabbies or something that's going to be on this team. See who they had to play against. They had to play against this team, which, you know, they lost, but maybe they could do better next week. Have some good talented players there. Lace, who they beat to get there. They beat Jippery McLeod, which was like nothing. They had to play Supra, which these guys did pretty well. You know, they were under, I think, that Living Esports org. Obviously not anymore. Tragedy, looks like they had a freebie, I guess. They played Gary, Flame, Shockwave, and Stomp and beat them, which is a pretty good roster. So there's that. We could see, you know, one of these players probably joining up, you know, Reflame or something like that. Who knows? The Defiance had to play. They didn't really play anyone that fantastic. Let's see, round 2. Well, they had to play Osby, Yogurt, Zenin, and Crushmo in round 2, so that was pretty sweaty. IDM didn't play anyone that great. Moves. No one else that amazing. Definitely probably make like a tier list or something with these challenger teams in the future after this Sunday's tournament. And we'll get a good look at all the teams. I think there's other teams that haven't been created that will be created for this next tournament. So yeah, I'll definitely put a link in the description down below of this and the other, you know, Astro Battles bracket. And yeah, I think that's about it. So it's a super long video, but after challengers, I'll definitely post that. So hope you guys enjoy for the long ass video, and peace.